My name is Larisa, and I'm a working mom of an almost 1-year-old baby boy. How did I find out I was pregnant? It's a very funny story. So my husband and I had been married for 1 month, and next thing you know, I missed my period. And it was a mix of feeling nervous and excited because we hadn't planned for it. But we were also open to the idea of having a child. And so when it happened, we're like, okay, here we are. That was it. And it was pretty exciting also sharing the news with our families. They were equally as excited. So that's how we found out we were pregnant. So I had a very smooth pregnancy, and I had heard of stories that a lot of my friends had gone through, that their pregnancies were a bit challenging and tough. And so I was sort of expecting, some of these challenges to happen to me. But I'm a very curious person, and so I was excited to find out the different stages of pregnancy that I was about to expect. And that was quite an interesting journey for me. That's what I was looking forward to, and I'd say that's what I enjoyed most about pregnancy. I also love the fact that like a lot of mothers say, you get a lot of attention, people are nice to you, people give you a lot of priority when it comes to a lot of things. So yeah, that's what I enjoyed about pregnancy. Like I said, I had a very smooth pregnancy, but it was tough having to deal with peeing a lot, especially during the last trimester of being pregnant. You wake up in the middle of the night about 3, 4, 5 times while your husband is busy sleeping, and it was a bit stressful for me. Also getting to the latter part of pregnancy, I was feeling very heavy and tired, and that kind of took a toll on my work because I couldn't give my 100%. And I'm a very let me say I'm a workaholic. I like to get things done. So me not being able to give my 100%, it kind of took a toll on me. But it was okay. What was I doing on the day of my delivery? I was with my parents, and I think it was midnight. My water didn't break, but I had spotting. And so I went to the bathroom to check, and I remembered that my doctor mentioned if I see any bleeding, I should rush to the hospital. And so I let my parents know, and it was done. Yeah, we rushed to the hospital, and when we got there, the doctor checked me, and he mentioned the fact that I was 2 centimeters dilated, and so I need to take my time. He asked that we go back home, and if I start feeling any contractions, I come back. But my dad asked that they admit me just to be safe, and so they did. And I remember being in the delivery room with my husband, and one of the nurses cracked a joke that I haven't been exercising, and that was true. I wasn't exercising, and so I was trying to get the baby to come out quickly by just dancing and walking around, and that's pretty much what we're doing. I was expecting the contractions to be a lot more painful. They started out like menstrual cramps, and as time went on, the intensity of the pain heightened, and next thing you know, I'm being asked to lie on my left side. I didn't want to lie on my left side. I wanted to pee. I was in so much pain, and my water hadn't broken, so I think they had to induce that to happen. When I saw the bleeding, I was a bit concerned because I know that the normal process for your water to break. And so I was wondering, why am I not feeling that? I hear a lot of women saying they'll feel a pop and then a gash. But that didn't happen, and so I guess I wasn't ready. And when we got to the hospital, the doctor said it's actually normal to see a bit of spotting. It means the baby is about to come. And so that's the reason why they had to induce my water to break, because it was taking a bit of time and I was really ready to let the baby come out. I was tired, I was feeling heavy, and he had to come out. And next thing you know, baby is ready to come, and all the nurses rush in, and they are just giving me a lot of vim to push. I think some of them even lie to you that your baby's heart rate is dropping for you to push harder, because that's what I was being told. And I did push harder, and my baby came, and I was so excited and happy. Words can't describe how excited and happy I felt just seeing his eyes stare at me and make that connection with my eyes. And I just smiled and I started crying, and I remember seeing my husband. He was equally emotional and he started crying, and I was just really grateful to God that he had blessed me with a beautiful baby boy. Lots of adjustments. Being a mother now you don't get to do things on your time. You're doing things on your baby's time. And I feel like before you even get pregnant, you are not fully told what it's going to be like. There's a lot of pressure on young women these days. Like, you have to get married, you have to have children, your biological clock is ticking, and so much pressure on you to give birth. And then when that actually happens, no one is there to take you through how challenging it's going to be or what you can do to make it easier on you. And I feel like a lot of women are also silent on their experiences. So it's very good that women share their stories, and then we support each other. We build a support unit to help strengthen each other during this whole motherhood journey. Because it's been very challenging. I remember how I had to get back to work and quickly adjust to the changes that had happened at work. I was away from work for almost 6 months, and you're back at work and expected to fully adjust to how things are running. And you have to express milk for your baby. I decided to breastfeed my baby for 1 year, and I had to express milk. Sometimes you'd have to express milk in the office. Sometimes you'll be leaking. During meetings, you have to step out to see to yourself. You come home late in the evening, you're tired. You still have to see to the baby, to the household, and you have to work at the same time. And so it can take a toll on you. It can be very stressful. It can be depressing at times. And I think that a lot of people don't understand the full scope of the depression and anxiety and stress you go through during motherhood. A lot of people glamorize motherhood, and I feel like it's about time we are real about it. And so that's, I guess, some of the adjustments that I had to make. So let me start by saying that I have a very strong support unit. My husband is very helpful. I'm blessed to have my mothers, my mom and my mom-in-law. They've been very helpful. But sometimes you can feel alone, because it's just you and your baby when you're spending time with the baby. And sometimes you miss being single, or you miss the freedom that you used to have. And it can take a toll on your mental health. Because when you feel alone, you start to feel sad at times. There have been times when I catch myself just crying, and I'm just sitting there wondering what I'm crying about. The kind of work that I also do, it requires a lot of multitasking, and so it can be very stressful, and I have had to deal with anxiety, and it's just about filling your mind with positive thoughts and knowing that God is there and He's giving you the strength to carry on as a mother. And so I get that comfort knowing that I have that strength and covering from God to help me take me through this journey. there are a lot of things that I want to handle on my own. And you see, when you do things on your own, it stresses you, it makes you tired. And my husband is always asking me, what can he help me with? What can he help? And like, I'm just sitting there thinking, what can I let this guy do for me? You know? Sleep, forget about sleep. It's not going to be the same anymore. Sometimes you'd wake up every 2 hours to check on the baby. If the baby needs to feed, you have to see to him. And you wake up so tired, you still have to do what you have to do. And so I'm a bit surprised at how strong I have become because of this journey. And I'm sort of grateful for that, because it means I can go through anything at all. I don't. And that's the honest truth. I don't. There are lots of times when I question myself. Am I doing things right? Am I bringing up this baby to be a responsible citizen? Am I training him up to be someone after God's heart? It's challenging, you know, having to deal with these questions. And sometimes you wonder, and you start comparing yourself to other people also bringing up their babies, and that causes more depression and anxiety. And so I can't give any advice for that. I'm just going to say, keep doing what you're doing, and with the grace of God, with the help of God, you'll get through it. A lot. When I gave birth, I mean, even during pregnancy, I had a lot of stretch marks. To be honest with you, your body is always to be the same after you give birth, and you just have to deal with it. I'm not the kind of person who cares too much or worries too much about what I look like, but sometimes when you have to buy new clothes and you realize that, oh, I've gained weight or I've lost weight, it can be disturbing a bit. And for me, when I gave birth, I actually lost a lot of weight, and I didn't realize it until people started letting me know about it. Some would even say I've lost so much weight than what I looked like before I became pregnant. And so I had to take a step back and start thinking of ways to take care of myself, because sometimes you are lost focusing solely on your child, that you forget about taking care of yourself. And so it's very important to take care of your mind and your body, what you're putting inside your body, because when you're breastfeeding, the baby is taking out your nutrients and what you need to grow, and that can be tough. And so you just have to learn how to take care of yourself. Okay, at first I didn't enjoy it because it hurt a lot. My nipples were really sore, but my mom told me it would get better with time, and it did. I enjoyed having that connection with the baby. You know, he's just sucking on your nipple, and sometimes he'll just smile at you, and it's just a nice feeling watching him. And then your baby starts developing teeth, and it's a whole different story. That I don't even want to get into, but yeah, it was bittersweet for me. Yeah.
Have you surprised yourself in terms of your ability or the things you have to do or the things you do?
Yes, I have definitely surprised myself. I didn't know I had this much strength and capability to do this, to be a mother and then also work at the same time. And so from this journey, I've come to really respect and admire single moms, especially single working moms, because I just wonder how they're doing it. It's very hard, but with this strength, this renewed strength that I have as a mother, it's unbelievable, and I only wonder what they are going through. I was away on maternity leave for about 6 months, and when you get back to work, you're expected to quickly adjust to changes. And like I said, I'm a workaholic and I like to give my 100%. And the fact that I'd feel very tired sometimes and I can't give that 100%, it really took a toll on me, mentally, physically, and I'd say that it's been okay right now, because as the baby grows, there's a little, the baby depends little on you. So right now I hardly ever breastfeed him because he started taking solids and he's also on formula, and so I'm a bit free to do other things. And thanks to the coronavirus, it's made things a bit more relaxing because I'm working from home now, and so I get to spend quality time with my baby and work at the same time. And so I see it as a blessing in disguise. I don't know if other people will agree. It takes hours to get ready, and sometimes you feel bad. You have to be somewhere on time, and you're actually ready, and then the baby makes a mess and you have to attend to the baby before you step out. And so I'd say you have to prepare in advance, hours in advance, for when you're going out, but it's okay. So I sing a lot, and for me, I love to make my baby laugh. So you see me making a lot of silly faces, and my husband will just be looking at me like, what are they doing? But yeah, I just love to see my baby happy, and so anything that I can do to make him happy and laugh, I will do. It's knowing that you will not be able to get things right every single day, but knowing that it's okay to go through the journey and take it a day at a time. Like I said, mothers are different, babies are different, and so you would eventually learn what works for you and what works for your baby. It's very challenging having thoughts of whether you are raising up your child right. Am I doing things right? Am I feeding him right? Why is he not eating as much today? Could I be doing something differently? Why is she able to do that and I can't do that? All these thoughts cloud up your mind. But you just need to take it a day at a time, and I believe that things will eventually get easier. Looking at your child and having him smile back at you because of something that you've done to make him smile, or having him laugh, and just being able to connect with your child on that level, and know that God has blessed you with this human being, and He's providing you with the strength and the capability to raise him up. And it's like putting together a painting, right? You start sketching, and it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful journey. You make mistakes, you have to erase, but eventually you will get it right with support and help from God. I'd say for women going through mental health situations during pregnancy and post-pregnancy, just know that there are other women out there like you going through the same challenges. You're not alone, and it's about time we start talking about these challenges, start dealing with them, and start supporting each other. Let's stop being silent on these things.